Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of CC360. I'm your host, Chris Colfer, and I'm so happy you are all joining me this afternoon. So, hello to everyone domestically and abroad. I'm very, very, very happy to talk with you and answer all your questions about the latest Land Stories book, Land Stories: A Grim Warning. If this is your first time with us for CC360, welcome, and uh, expect laughs and tears and cheers for the next 45 minutes. Okay, so we're happy to have you guys. And as a special treat, I have a very, very, very special guest that I would like to bring out, if I will. Come here, come here. They're waiting for you. Hey, hey. 1 second. Hey, look what I got. Look what I got. Look what I got. Look what I got. Yes, it's Leah Michelle. Here she comes. No, here, come here. Come here. Look, come here. Come here. I have the most difficult pets in the entire world. I will say that. Come here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, come here. Come here. Come here, Coop. Come here. Come here. Come say hi to the people. You want a treat? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come say hi to all the people. Oh, say hello, Coop. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hello. Hello. Hello, my friends. Yes, this is Cooper. He is a 7-month-old golden retriever that I just rescued, and he's my baby boy. And Brian would like to make it, but he wouldn't come out of his trailer. So we just have Coop. And here you go, Coop. Here's a treat. I have to bribe all the animals with treats. Here you go. So, all right, with nothing else left, let's get to the first couple questions, shall we? Cool. Okay, question one is from Yasmin, and she says, I hope I pronounced it right. Hey, Chris, you already achieved so many things at your young age. What is, in your opinion, your biggest achievement? What are you the most proud of? Love you. Oh, love you too, Yasmin. Well, I honestly, I think it is the books. I've never worked harder on anything before, and I never ever expected it to have the impact that these books have had. But when I first started the first book and I went out and I started promoting it, it was very difficult because a lot of people were like, "Oh, you wrote a book, how cute." They didn't realize that it was as important as it was to me. But now they're being used in classrooms and at my book signings. I meet so many librarians that tell me stories about how many kids just love these books. So I'm so proud of it, and I never expected it to be or for it to reach the level of success that it has now. So I have to say 100% the books are the most proud thing that I am of. Wait, let me reword that. I'm most proud of the books. There we go. I'll say that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put you down because you're heavy. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Let's have our next question. Okay, next question. All right, Coop. There you go. All right, go play. Go play. Go find your elephant. Want your elephant? You want a bone? Here's a bone. Here's a bone. There you go. Okay, next question is from Warbler's Bowtie. Hi. Oh, that's an interesting name. Hi. Do you remember what was the very first fairy tale you fell in love with, and could you tell why? I think the first fairy tale that I fell in love with was Sleeping Beauty because I just loved the idea of sleeping for 100 years. That sounded great. Because in the original tale, she gets cursed to sleep for 100 years. But I think it was just the magic of it all. I think it had such an amazing villain, and the story was just so classic. About a kingdom being cursed and the princess being rescued, and it was very very classic. So I think that was my first and my favorite fairy tale. And also I had a big crush on Sleeping Beauty when I was growing up. So there you go. And Maleficent. I mean, come on, who didn't? Okay, great. Let's go to our next question. Oh, we have a video. Woohoo, our first video for CC360 2014.
Oh, hi, my name is Daria. I'm from Russia, so please excuse my accent.
Hi, Daria.
Uh,
How are you?
I don't, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thanks. Nice to meet you. What's your question?
My question is, how long did it take you to figure out the characters' voices for audiobook?
Oh, good question. It didn't take me too long to figure out the voices for the audiobook because the voices were so in my head from the beginning. But the audiobooks are probably the toughest thing I've ever had to do ever because you literally you go into a booth for 8 hours a day and you do nothing but read. You just sit there and you read and there's different accents and different pitches and at a certain point you just become high because you've been reading so much. Yeah. So finding the voices wasn't too hard. I think just overall doing the audiobooks is always very very challenging. But people seem to love them so much that I have to keep doing them. So thank you so much for your question. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for playing. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, cool. Right, cool. All right, let's go on to our next question. All right, this question is from Clara Norbert. I hope I'm pronouncing all of these correctly. English is my first and only language, and I'm still working on it. So I apologize if I get any of these names wrong. All right, question is: if you got trapped on a desert island where magic doesn't work, which Lannister's character would you take with you, and why? I would have to go with Goldilocks because I'm pretty sure she could build a city with a pocket knife. She's pretty damn tough, and I've always based her a little bit on Xena Warrior Princess, which I was a huge fan of growing up. And of course, Xena was unstoppable. So I've always figured Goldilocks was unstoppable, and yeah, she's pretty kick ass, and I think she would be the best to have at a time of need. All right, thanks for that question. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one is from, how do you pronounce that? Merv? Merv? Merve? Merve? I'll say Merve. What would Carson do slash think if he was in the land of stories? Who would he like the most? Ooh, I would say Carson would probably Carson from Struck by Lightning. For the people who don't know who I'm talking about, I would say Carson would most likely be friends with the evil queen. I think he would like the idea of being heartless because he had to go through so many periods in the story of Struck by Lightning where he had to be heartless. So I think he would. I think he would identify with her. And probably Malmclaw actually. I don't know why, but I always identify Carson with the villains. Cool. Thanks for that question. All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. Is this a video or is this text? It's text. Okay, cool. Text. Glad I brought my glasses. All right. Well, while we wait for that, how are you? How are things going? I hope things are well for all of you. All right, here we go. Next question. Michelle. Hi, Chris. If you had to dress up as one of the Land of Stories characters for Halloween, who would you choose and why? Wow. Oh gosh. Well, I hate going drag, but I I would love to see the costume of Elvina the Elf Empress done. There actually are a lot of costumes in the third book especially because I got little cards and I would try to draw the characters just so I had a visual on a storyboard for when I was writing it. But yeah, in the big ball, the fairy inaugural ball that Alex goes through in I think chapter 4 or 5, um, she has a dress made out of entirely made out of live butterflies, and Tangerina has a honeycomb box dress, which is awesome, and Skylina has a waterfall that starts from her neck and goes all the way down to her toes, and that's what they wear. So I expect many pictures this Halloween. But and also the Enchantress in the second book would be an amazing costume, and I've seen so many incredible costumes replicated on the internet from that. Oh, back to your question. I probably would just dress up as maybe Emmerich would be funny. That'd be cute, little German boy. Or Froggy. Froggy would be an easy costume, and I would I would be green. But if I ever put green makeup on, all I do is just sing wicked songs all day, so I probably wouldn't get much done. Okay, all right, let's go to our next question. Here comes a video. Awesome.
Hi, Chris.
All right, this is from
Um,
Katie. Hi.
yes, my name is Katie, of course, and I'm from
Hi,
Belgium.
Katie.
And I actually
Hi.
have two questions, if that's okay.
Hmm.
Um,
Of
the
course. What's your
first
question?
one is the first one is what do you wish someone would ask to you that hasn't been asked, and what would you answer to that question?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like I've been asked pretty much everything. Um, I don't know. Well, that was a good question. I've never been asked that before, but I really don't know. I can't think of anything. I think I remember when I first started Glee, I got really upset because I worked so hard on putting Kurt together as a character, and I remember I was dying for someone to ask me how I created the character of Kurt. But I think at the time everyone was just trying to was just trying to validate the characters through us, and it kind of felt like when we first started Glee that we weren't allowed to be actors, that that we were supposed to be the character that we were, and that always upset me because I put so much work into him, and I remember wanting him to be a mix between Miranda Priestley and Tim Gunn, and I remember watching them and watching their gestures and copying their gestures and putting that all into the character of Kurt. But no one ever asked me that, so that would probably be one that I wanted to ask. I like your display behind you. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
What was your next
My
question?
second question is you recently told us in an interview that you wouldn't like to co-write with someone, but what if J.K. Rowling would just pop up uh, at your door and be like, "Hi, Chris, sweetheart, I want to make a book with you. Would you co-write with her or no?"
Well, after I would pick up myself off of the floor from where I would faint and clean up the vomit that would come out of my mouth. I don't know. That sounds terrifying. I because I think I would be too nervous to write anything with her or for her. Just because I mean she was my childhood. Um, but I think there are a lot of projects that I'm working on right now for after Glee where I'm kind of not necessarily writing with but giving people things to write and kind of supervising writing things, and that's what I could do. But that's a really good question. If I could ever work with J.K. Rowling, I would just want to hang out. I would just want to hang out, maybe play some Scrabble, braid each other's hair, and convince her to write Harry Potter 8. That's what I would want to do. I'd take one for the team. Thank you so much for
Okay,
your
thank you.
questions. Cool, great. All right, cool. Go on to our next question. Let's see here. I should get a CC360 theme song. Okay, next question looks like it's from Ellie. And
Hi, Chris. Hear me. But my question is, what is your favorite chapter in the book and why?
hello. If you can see me, please let me know in the comment section. Oh, it says we lost Chris, but I'm back. Can you see me? What is your most lots of questions? I can see you. Great, great. You can see me. Fantastic. I think Cooper was on. Oh, we can see you, babe. Thank you. Great, awesome, cool. Wait, well, let's get to our next question. Our next question is from Ellie and Aika. Aika. How do you pronounce that word? Aika. Aika. Forgive my bad English or whatever. Hi, Chris. If there was a Land of Stories theme park, what kind of rides and signature foods do you want there to be? And what do you want to try the most? Oh my gosh. Well, I think I gotta stop slacking off and focus on doing a Land Stories movie before there's a theme park. But I've definitely thought about it, and I think the Land of Stories theme park would be amazing. And I think definitely there would have to be like Froggy's tea in the theme park where you could have would you like flies with your tea from the first book, definitely. And there's all kinds of crazy recipes that the traveling tradesman carries. So if he could have like a food cart, that would be cool. And of course, we got to have like Mother Goose's signature gin bubbly champagne, whatever is in that thermos. Even I don't know what's in that thermos. I just know that it's alcoholic that she drinks. But Mother Goose is a mystery, so she doesn't even tell me what half the things are that are going on in her life. But that's a really good question. I often daydream about Lannister's theme park. I think it'd be cool if like the Sleeping Beauty Castle was a hotel because it's like a sleeping place. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, it could be fantastic. It's fantastic. But that's probably a conversation will have to happen probably 5 or 6, 8, 10 years. Okay, cool. All right, let's go on to our next question. Thank you so much for that one. Oh, here comes a video. It's from Ariana. Ariana, turn your lights on. Ariana DeVito, are you related to Danny DeVito? Okay, all right. Well, sorry, we missed your question. We couldn't get to you. So we will go on to the next question. All right, let's see. Is this going to be text or video? Text, great. Oh, here we go. Sea Colfer. Oh, that's me. Cool. Okay, their question is, outside of fairy tales, what genres are you willing to write for your next children's book? Well, I actually this is hard to believe, and it always feels like I know it always seems like I'm always making things up as I go along, but I promise this is real. But before I started the Land of Stories series, there was another series that I wanted to write. Yes, I was like 7, about witches, and I would love to do that one. I think that would be great. It was about a family of witches, and also there was this series in my head called Blimp Boy, and it was about a boy that lived in a blimp with his traveling parents, and he went around solving mysteries. And so I would love to someday write the Blimp Boy mystery series. That could be fun. And oh yeah, all kinds of things. But uh, I'm looking forward to having new ideas because I think all the ideas that I've pursued the last few years have always been from childhood. So I'm very very looking forward to getting new ideas and starting new things. And also, there's the Curvy Tree picture book that's going to be coming out either next year or the year after that about the Curvy Tree story in the first Land of Stories book, and I'll have that to look forward to. And I definitely thinking Trobella needs her own book. I think so. We'll see about that one. All right, cool. Let's go to the next question. Thank you for that video. This is from Kelly Lynch.
Hi.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. I'm kind of freaking out right now because
Oh, don't freak out.
sorry.
Where are you from?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool, awesome. Very cool. What's your question?
Hi. I'm an aspiring writer myself, but I always seem to like get bored with my own stuff. Like I'll write it and it'll be really interesting at first, but then I'll just like get stuck. I was wondering how you get over stuff like that if you ever have that problem.
Yes, I think that is incredibly normal. So don't worry, you are a normal writing human being. I think the reason it always seems so interesting when you first start is because it's still somewhat new to you. But as you start writing, then you kind of get a little bored with it because you're so familiar with it. But always remember that it will always be interesting for whoever reads it after you because it'll be new to them. And also, I think the best writing advice that I can give anyone is that um, if you are a living person on this planet and you have something to say, you have every right to write about it. And don't be intimidated by other writers who almost try to belittle everyone else trying to. You have every right, just as much as they do, to write a book or a novel or a screenplay or poetry or whatever. So never be intimidated by another writer. You have every right to get out your words as much as the rest of us. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Cool, great, that was fun. And we're gonna go to our next video. Here we go. This is from Jennifer. Hi,
Hi,
Jennifer.
hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So as a writer, I also I get inspirations in the weirdest places, like at the
Hmm.
mall or in the shower. What's the weirdest place you've been inspired to have a storyline?
Oh my goodness gracious. Probably a bathroom. In the first Land Stories book, there's a scene where they're both in a bathroom. But oh my goodness. A lot of like usually when I'm traveling, like trains or planes or cars, I'm always like, oh, I got to do a scene where someone sees something out of a window or the corner of their eye. But yeah, I'm trying to think. But those are the most fun that I have writing because you get to take a very 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 dull environment and spice it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations on the story.
What's that?
Congratulations on the third story. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that everyone likes it and everyone's reading it. So thank you so much. Thanks for being part of this. Cool. All right, well, we'll move on to our next question. And this is text. Okay. Out of all the Land Stories books so far, which has been the toughest to write or the most fun to write? Ooh, I have to say, probably the first one because when I was writing the first one, I had never written a book before and I wasn't sure I could do it. And I mean, writing a novel is so difficult. It's like writing an essay that never ends. But well, once I finished that one, it was oh Cooper's whining. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come to dad. Come here. Oh yes 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 yes. Um, yes, it was probably the first one just because it's my first book. But there were some challenging scenes and chapters in these two books that also took a lot of effort. I don't know what do you think? What do you think was my hardest book? He doesn't read them. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go to our next question. It's going to be a video.
Oh,
This is from
hello.
Lauren.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us at CC360.
Hi. So my question's a bit odd, but Alex's unicorn in the Land of Stories is Cornelius, and she chose him because he looks a bit different. My question is, if you had a unicorn, what would it look like?
Oh gosh. Well, I think if I had a unicorn, it would definitely be Cornelius. I don't think it would be different from Cornelius. Because I feel like Cornelius is if I was a unicorn in a unicorn herd, I think I would be the plump one with the broken horn. And Yeah, because I love animals so much, and I love, as everyone knows, I love rescuing animals, despite their flaws, and that's exactly what Alex does for Cornelius. And I mean, and he's just so cute. I mean, the images in my head of him just running around with his big old belly and his broken horn. I mean, he was adorable, and actually. I actually bought Ashley Fink a plump unicorn pillow, and I named it Cornelius for her. And little did I know that Cornelius means horned one in Latin, supposedly. I'm not positive. That's what we looked up and we found out. So apparently I must have spoke Latin in a previous life. Cool. Thank you for that
Thank you so.
question. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you could be part of this. Thanks. Cool. All right. Now we're going to go on to our next question. All right, it's from Ellie. Did you actually visit all the places you wrote about in the Land of Stories 3? If so, which one did you like the most? Yes, I did, and I selfishly planned the trip so I could go out and do research. I had always wanted to go to Germany and live in the or be in the cities that the Brothers Grimm had lived in when they were writing the tales and walk and see all the pathways through the forest and all that, and especially Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein Castle is absolutely amazing. And if you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. This is where I got that T-shirt from. It really is magical, and the trip that Connor and his classmates took in the book was exactly the trip that I had. So everything that he's feeling, everything that he's seeing, everything that he thinks are things that I felt and saw and thought myself. So it was a great trip, and I'm so lucky I got to do it. Okay, let's go to our next question. All right. we got Maria. Thanks, Maria. And her question is, what were the things that were going to put? Oh wait, what were things that you were going to put in the book but didn't, and why? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, originally, I was going to have a character that was the bad guy in the third one. His name is pardon me, is General Jacques du Marquis, and he was going to have a distant relative that was trying to clear his name in present day France. And he was gonna kidnap Connor and Bree at one point, but I decided against putting him in the book because I thought that would just be way too confusing having two um, uh, two members of the Marquis family in the same book, especially when there was all kinds of time, not necessarily time travel, but time differences in the story. So I decided not to have him in there. And what else? I don't know. I forget. I think the third one I think out of the most was the least maneuvered because it was pretty much straightforward from the beginning. But just little things here and there. Like I wanted Connor and Bree to go to more cities in Europe at first, uh, I didn't want the book to be too long, so I just focused on three or four cities. Cool. Thanks for that question. We'll go on to the next question. Okay, it's gonna be a video. Okay, here it comes. Any minute now it'll come.
Hi.
Oh wait, here's from Michelle.
Hi. I'm calling
Hi,
from
Michelle, how are
Denmark.
you?
I'm good. How
Hi.
are you? Hi.
Good, thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for writing these books. They are so amazing, and you're such a huge inspiration to me.
Oh well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying them.
Yeah. My question for you is, in A Grim Warning, you're focusing a lot on the brothers Grimm and Germany, where they came from. So I was
Mhm.
wondering if you have any plans on writing about Hans Christian Andersen and Denmark, where he came from.
Yes. I knew that was going to be your question as soon as you started it. Yes, I have plans. The prologue of the Land Stories 4 will be all about Hans Christian Andersen, and we'll learn all about his involvement in the fairy tale world and his relationship with the fairy godmother. So that's definitely
Okay.
going to happen. So thank you for asking that. And
Thank
I
you.
think I'm gonna set the scene overlooking that rock where that statue of the Little Mermaid is
Oh
in
yeah,
Denmark now, but I haven't decided. So yeah, so hopefully that to look forward to.
that
Cool,
sounds
thank you for
amazing.
that question. Oh, good, thank you. Cool. All right, let's go on to our next question. This is text. Okay. If the Lannister's three characters were on the Game of Thrones, who would win and be the one to sit on the Iron Throne? Well, I've thought about this because my friends forced me to watch Game of Thrones against my will. I think it's a great show, but it's very very violent for the baby. Um, and I would say Trollbella. I think she's much more conniving than we think, and I think she would do anything for her butter boy. And I just have this mental image of Trollbella sitting on that iron throne of all the swords. I think she would conquer them all. I do. I like Trobella. I think she got a drive in her. She got a drive of love. All right, thank you so much for that question, Emma. And here comes the next question. All right, hi Quiz. Quiz. Woo. I need a vacation. Okay, this is from Nerd or Nothing. It says, and the question is, hi Chris. My question is, if you're ever going to do a movie of Land Stories, will you do a cameo or maybe even play a character? And sorry for my bad English. Bye. Love you. Are you kidding? Sorry. I apologize for my bad English. Okay. I I know everyone really wants me to play Froggy in the movies, which I really appreciate, and I love that. I don't think I want to do that because I feel like if the movie got made, if I was in it, it would be a little too self-indulgent. Um, but I'm sure we could get an amazing Froggy. I'm sure we can get maybe someone from like Doctor Who to play Froggy, or maybe like someone like Daniel Radcliffe to play Froggy because it's a great role. Yeah, we'll see. So if you have suggestions, send it my way. But yeah, thank you so much for that question. But yeah, hopefully we'll see a movie. I would like to do it. I've said from the very beginning that I'd rather these books be a good book series that 100 people read than a awful movie 1,000 people see. So I am having conversations right now with a lot of people about turning these books into films. And I just ask for everyone to please be patient with me because I only get one shot to do this, and I really want to make sure that it is done with the right people and it's done well. And it's something that the little kids who have fallen in love with these books that they'll go to the theater and they'll see and they'll love and they'll remember. Hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully, but think good thoughts. Think good thoughts. Thank you. All right, let's go to our next question. Next question is, what was in your mind when the cover of A Grim Warning was being designed? Well, I don't know if I have Instagrammed it yet, but I will always draw the cover with like little awful like stick figures, and then I will send it to Brandon Dorman to perfect and make into a beautiful piece of art. But I really wanted this cover to be the most adventurous, and I really wanted it to look like the stakes had never been as high. I think anything with a dragon and a unicorn. I mean, wow, we got a dragon, we got a unicorn, we got Mother Goose. Yeah, it's a very exciting cover. So I'm so excited for this cover. Yeah, got a little bit of everything. I'm very happy about it. Thank you so much for that question, and we'll go on to the next one. All right, how well do you think Mother Goose would do in the Orange Is the New Black prison? Who would she make friends with? P.S. Thanks for answering. Oh my gosh, this is from Corey. Thank you so much for this question. That is a great question. Well, I don't know. I feel like Mother Goose. The best thing about Mother Goose is I feel like she is so independent. Like she doesn't really have a gang behind her, if you will. So she can easily maneuver any environment. But I think she'd get along very well with Red, and I think she'd get along very well with V. I think she knows them both. I think they're friends. I think they just don't realize it. But I'm pretty sure they've been friends, and they've probably been in prison before together. To be quite honest. Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. All right, we're gonna go to a video now. This is from Carly. Hi, Carly.
Hi. My question is, are the book huggers in the Land of Stories 4 inspired by your book hugging fans?
um, very loosely. The book huggers. One of the reasons why I created the book huggers was because I wanted them. I wanted the fans to have a name to call themselves by their request. But the book huggers aren't necessarily based on the fans, but they are all based on bookworms that I went to high school with. Each of them. I think the book huggers are fantastic, and I think if you identify yourself with the book hugger, you're doing something right. But thank you so much. Pardon me. Oh, Cooper is shedding, and it is all up in this office. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next question. All right. Waiting for the next question. Is it going to be a video or is it going to be text? Cool. Text. Here we go. All right. The question is from Mari. What would your reaction? What would be your reaction if J.K. Rowling waited in line for the book signing of your book? Well, I would be very embarrassed that she was waiting for me. I would hope that she would call ahead. And I would hope that I would get to like go and have a meal with her afterwards. But I wouldn't want her to wait in line. And I've had a couple friends wait in line to surprise me at book signings, and I feel so guilty. I'm always so happy to see them, but I always feel so guilty afterwards because they waited to see me when they could just text me. And yeah, but no, I would faint, and then that would make a headline, I'm sure. Chris Colfer passes out at own book signing when J.K. Rowling surprises him. It would be a Hillary moment all over again. Cool. Thank you so much for that question. Great. We'll go on to the next one. Is this a video or is this text? Text. Cool. Great. And the question is, will we ever learn what it was the masked man tried to steal from the fairy godmother? Yes, we will. And this is from Kim. So Kim, thank you so much for asking me that. Yes, we will. It was let me see if I can turn to the page of the chapter, and I will show the image of it. Yes. The masked man was trying to steal this little tiny bottle from the fairy godmother's personal cupboard of potions. And the next book will be all about what that liquid meant and what it does, what that potion does. Um, and it's very, very, very important to the masked man. And we'll learn that one of the reasons why he wanted to get the dragon and conquer the fairy kingdom was because he was trying to get to that potion. And initially in the book, it explains that the reason why the masked man was put in prison to begin with was because he tried to steal something from the fairy godmother, and it was that potion. So it's a very, very, very powerful potion. And the twins will learn exactly what it does, and they're going to try to use it themselves. So I'm very excited to write about that, and I'm very excited for you guys to read it. So thank you so much for that question. All right, now, next question is from Nellie. Hi, Nellie. And she says, hey, Chris, I was wondering, what is your favorite Disney movie, animated or not, or both? Wow. I love Finding Nemo, and I love the Pirates of the Caribbean series. And oh my gosh, anything Pixar related, I love. I have had personally, I've had so many meetings at Disney, trying to I've pretty much borderline been stalking a few of the executives at Disney, because I'm trying to acquire some of their properties to adapt into movies. So wish me luck on that. But yeah, I love everything Disney. I love Disneyland. It's my favorite place on earth. So thank you so much for asking that question. We'll go on to the next one. Okay, next, here we go. Okay, this is from Spring Games. Okay, if you could transplant the twins into any story outside the land of stories, what would it be and what would they do? Interesting you say that, because the fourth book will do that quite a bit. There's going to be a lot of stories that the twins get to go into, and more so than just the fairy tale world. So you will see exactly what I would do, because that's the plot of the fourth book. So thank you so much for that question, and I hope you like the fourth book. Cool. All right, let's go to the next question. Alrighty. It's another text question. Okay, cool. All right. This is from Julia. If the Land Stories were to become a movie, who would you cast as the main characters? Ooh, that's a good question. I think I would want to find kids. If it was up to me. Because I would really want every kid that goes into the movie theater and watches the movie to feel like those kids could be their best friends, or those kids could be them. And I would hope to find kids with very, very little experience, just so people don't relate them to, or just for the kids watching the movie to relate them to other projects. Because I wouldn't want a kid to say, oh, that's the girl from such and such. I would really want them to think, oh, that's Alex Bailey from the Land of Stories. So yeah, I try to find unknowns, and luckily, I was an unknown when I got cast in Glee, and it worked wonders for me. So I would love to be able to give to fresh faces that opportunity as well. Cool. Thank you for that question, Julia. All right, we'll move on to the next one. It's a video. Here we go. Hi. Esmeo. Smiley face. Uh-oh.
I should call you CC Dogger. Okay. So
look at you. You look fantastic. Thank you for dressing up. Oh my goodness. You are identical to Mother Goose. Look at this. Look at this screenshot. That is incredible. Good job. Oh my goodness. I'm so impressed.
Thank you for letting me.
What is your question?
My question is, Clovergate in the Land of Stories, which characters would Carson blackmail and why?
Ooh, well, I think Carson would find something very interesting with blackmailing Queen Red. Because I think Queen Red would be someone that he absolutely despised. I would say he'd blackmail Queen Red. And I think that whole story about the fact that Queen Red Red Riding Hood is responsible for Goldilocks having the reputation with the three bears. I think there's something interesting in that. I think Carson would use that to his advantage. Thank you so much for that question, and thank you so much for dressing up. That is amazing. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Great. We'll go to the next question now. Okay. If the land stories were to become a movie, oh, I already answered that one. Okay, here comes the next question. If you could have dinner with one of your characters, who would it be? Ooh, Mother Goose for sure. Mother Goose. Because I love old people and I love their stories so much. I feel like I would just have a a ball with Mother Goose. It would be a riot. And Mother Goose is one of those women that I feel like has lived forever and is responsible for most historical events. So I'd be curious to see which historical events those would be. Thank you for that question. That's a good one. All right, we'll go to the next one. Alrighty. This is from Sandy. Oh, Sandy, sorry, I lost your question. All right, this is from Monica. Monica says, old fairy tales can be really scary. Which one do you find to be the scariest? Oh my goodness, probably Snow White, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by the Brothers Grimm is terrifying. It gave me nightmares when I first read it. Because I mean the evil queen wants the huntsman to cut out her heart and put it in a box, and she wants to eat her heart in the original tale. The cartoon left that part out, but yeah, she wants to eat Snow White's heart. That's why she wants the heart, because she thinks if she eats the heart, she'll possess all her beauty. And also, the evil queen tries to kill Snow White 3 times, 3 different times. The only one that's very popular, thanks to the Disney movie, is the poison apple. But the evil queen tried to poison her with a poisonous comb first. She tried to stab a comb in her head and poison her, and then she tried to suffocate her with a corset that crushed her ribs. And the poison apple was the last thing that the evil queen used to kill Snow White, and it was the one that worked the most. And in the original tale, the poison apple is it doesn't have a spell or a curse about it. When Snow White eats it, she chokes on it, and she passes out because she choked on it, not because it was cursed or anything. But yeah, that if you ever want to give yourself nightmares, I highly recommend reading the original Brothers Grimm fairy tales, because they were designed to scare kids, because they were designed to scare lessons into them, and to provide them with very very valuable lessons that have kind of been lost over the last couple centuries, yeah, because of movie adaptations and cartoons and whatnot, which I all love as well. But sometimes it's good to know what the original intent of a story was. And if you really want to kick, you should look up the original story of the Snow Queen, which Frozen is based on, because that is very different from the movie, and you'll see exactly what I mean if you look that up. Cool. Let's go on to the next question. All right, from Maria. If one of your Lamb Stories characters could become a superhero, who would it be, and what would be their power, and how would they be referred to as? Ooh. I think Goldilocks is already a superhero, but I think she's kind of like Elektra on Daredevil, where she doesn't really have a superpower. She's just super herself, and I think they could call her the Lux. Yeah, I think that would be good. I'd read those comic books. Thanks for that question. All right, we'll move on to the next one. All right. The question is, can you tell us something about the Kirby tree? Oh, yes, I can. I recently finished it. It was a lot harder than I was expecting. I thought it would be really easy because it's going to be a picture book, so I thought writing it would be very easy. But it was very difficult because um, you had to choose the words so much. So I had to be more careful with the word choice, and I think it's going to be very very cute. My editors really loved it, and they're super excited about it, and it's different from any other Kirby Tree story that we've seen in the books. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. I cannot wait to see the illustrations that Brandon Dorman comes up with for that book. I think they're going to be amazing. So thank you so much. We'll go on to the next question. This is from Teresa, and she says, "In which Lamb Stories kingdom would you like to live, and why?" Hugs from Italy. Well, hugs back to you, Italy. I would want to live in probably. Well, I'd love to have a house in the Eastern Kingdom and a condo in the Fairy Kingdom. Oh, hello. Who's there? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Cooper agrees. He likes the Eastern Kingdom as well. Plenty of fields for him to run in. Yeah, no, I think the Eastern Kingdom is very beautiful, and who wouldn't want to live in the Fairy Kingdom? Great, thanks for that question. All right, next question is, hello, Chris. What's your favorite quote from the Land Story series? Ooh, that's a hard one. I would have to say the quote that the Evil Queen says in the first book. A villain is just good boy, good boy. He's good. He's the guard dog. Yeah, I think the quote from the first book from the Evil Queen, a villain is just a victim whose story hasn't been told. I think that's a great quote. I think what Alex says to Connor in the bathroom when they first discover that the storybook is magical, when she says, "In my greatest analysis is that with all means of technology in mind is that this is magic." I love that quote. What is that quote? I forget that quote. What is it exactly? Anyway, I'll look that up later. But yeah, I love that quote. And I love everything that comes out of Mother Goose's mouth, especially when she gets drunk and she runs. And I also love the quote that Esmea says in the second book when she says, what is it exactly? People love you for as long as they feel like they're getting something out of you. Because I love taking experiences of my own and completely expanding them and exaggerating them and giving them and making them to be storylines for the villains. I always think that's always a lot of fun. Okay, thank you for that question. Let's go to the next one, and it looks like we have a video from Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Hi there. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, I can hear you.
Hi. Can you hear
Go
me?
ahead.
Hi.
Yes,
Okay,
now I can hear
first,
you.
I love your hair.
Thank you. I
Well,
stuck my finger in an outlet today.
second of all, who liked the Land of Stories more, Carson or Kurt?
Repeat that for me.
Who would like the Land of Stories more, Carson or Kurt?
Ooh, probably Kurt. I think Kurt's a little more. I think Kurt would probably enjoy it a little bit more than Carson. I think Carson's a little too cynical to enjoy it, but I think Kurt would like it a lot. Yeah. Thank you for that question.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm
All
sorry.
right. Cool. Looks like we have another video question coming up. Cool. All right. This is from Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi. This is my sister.
Hi, Sabrina and friend.
Trinity. We have two questions for you. We wanted to know, when will you finish your fourth book?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know. I hope to finish it by the end of the year, so that it can come out next summer sometime. But it really all depends on the Glee schedule because if I'm constantly working on Glee, then I have less time to write. But we'll see. We'll see. Thanks. Yeah. And what's your next question?
Will you do another book tour when you have your fourth book out?
I think so. Yes, I plan to. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to go to cities and maybe countries that I haven't yet. It just all depends on when I finish it. So wish me luck.
Okay. Good luck. Nice talking to you.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, I think that was our last question. So I will sign off right now. Thank you so much for joining me for CC360. Cooper, do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye? Here. Look, say bye, Coop. Say bye. Say enjoy the book. Enjoy the book. He's so happy, isn't he? He's so cute. Oh yes. Yes. I'll have to write a golden retriever in the next book, won't I? Yes, I will. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's been so much fun talking to you guys, and I'm so happy you guys are reading and liking the books. Nothing makes me more happy than hearing that. I will see you next time I have a book out for another edition of CC360. CC. I'm gonna go take a nap. Excuse me. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.